Dawn Napier came to me as a blessing from the Lord, and we immediately connected. And I love this girl, and I need you to hear not only her story, but how she is changing lives. And is so, excuse me, so her faith is so deep, her deep and wide, and she shares beautifully. And so I thank you, Dawn, for coming. I'm so excited we can do this. And I really want you to introduce yourself to everyone and tell them your story and how you got to where you are now.
Sure. Thank you, Sherry. I love being here. How we met absolutely was a God thing. Call them God winks, right? God moments throughout the day when things just fall into place. And you look back going, I don't know how that possibly could have happened, but it did. So my story, I'm a single mom, 3 little boys under the age of 8. I've been through a divorce. I'm a business owner, so entrepreneurial spirit, right? God planted that in me. I say I'm more of a life coach that specializes in finance. So I like to link arms with my clients and we go through life together because I've been there, I've done that. Yeah. So that's kind of it. I'm a financial advisor who focuses on women, women business owners, and now women who have either gone through a divorce, going through a divorce, or are trying to go through a divorce but have no clue what to do, where to do it, how to secure the finances and all that, because some women are kind of trapped, right? They're dual income. And if they think of, I'm going to move out, I'm going to get an apartment, I'm going to get a condo, I'm going to do something, half of that, and with what I make, what he makes, it's very hard to navigate those waters. So
I will say one of the reasons that I never got divorced, and we're coming up on our 30-year anniversary this summer. One of the reasons we didn't get divorced was because of finances. Mm-hmm. And that sounds silly. It sounds, to say, for the words to come out of my mouth sounds silly. However, I knew at different times that wasn't the purpose. That wasn't our purpose. That's not what God had planned. And I'm very thankful that we didn't have to go through that and that we didn't succumb to that. But we didn't have deep reasons that we needed to be divorced. And I think that was the strong connect. God needed us to stay together for other reasons. Now, had there been anything, like I know your story a little better, and it goes very deep. It's deep seated, but you came through all that, or went through all of that for a purpose. Yes. Because God needed you exactly where you are. So sorry, I just wanted to
that's exactly right. I hope and pray that when I meet with a client that God has his hand on your heart, or on the wife's heart and the husband's heart, and they end up staying together, and that is all good, right?
Yeah.
But there are certain situations and certain times where there needs to be division. There needs to be you're in an abusive relationship, such as part of my story. And it just needs to be done. And having another Christian woman who has gone through that, who is a financial advisor, who has gone through those steps, has been through that heartache, who can identify and understand what you're going through, and then how to plan and work backwards to help you get through that. I now know that is why I had to go through that, and why God has me here. Like, I've been a financial advisor for 5 years. And when I dropped to my knees, face planted on my ottoman when the first night that my boys were allowed to stay overnight with their dad. Share you a little bit of my story.
Mhm.
I lost it. I prayed, God, good Lord, there's got to be something better than this, right? And he led me to financial advising. I'm like, what? Me? What? But now I know why. It's to connect. It's to help you help those who have to go through this or are going through this or are about to go through this, to let them know that they're not alone. There are other Christian women who have gone through this, who are on the other side, who are surviving, who are thriving, who are doing good. And that's what I do. I help bring financial clarity to your situation. I meet you where you're at. That's the whole thing. Jesus did, right? Every single time he met them where they were. There's no judgment. It's not like you're upside down and you're all in this hole and you have all these things. Okay, great. Been there, done that. Government assistance, all that other stuff. Like, that's where you're at. Let's get a real clear picture of where you're at now. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? And then let's help you put a plan in place to get there. Secure your finances, protect your family, and just prepare for whatever life's going to throw at you so that you have choices for you, your kids, or whoever.
I love how you break that down, how you do that, how you work back and just let's start at the basics,
Right.
because yeah, there's I have a dear friend that went through a divorce with triplet boys, and she had no clue where to begin. And I wish, she did. She created her own plan and got through. But I just wish, we knew each other then, because I know she struggled so much in that. And I know what a kind heart you have and how you do relate to those women. So the other thing I want to ask you is why the company that you're with, because
Why Thrivent?
yes, yeah, because I know you prayed about that as well.
So I was just going to say, remember the face plant in the ottoman, bawling, crying, losing it, going, what am I doing? Right. He led me to Thrivent. Thrivent is a Christian organization. It's a member organization, and we serve our communities, and I'm choosing to serve women, right? To be wise with money and to live generously. So Thrivent is a not-for-profit financial company, which is huge. It's a Christian company. It's a faith-based company. That was part of the draw to it. But how they give back to the community, how they give back to individuals, I'm here to help educate and empower other women of faith to become good stewards of God's wealth, to give back to the community, give back to their family, protect, grow, and just have choices.
That's amazing to me, because you can't find that with other financial advisors. So I mean, you are just such a blessing, and I'm just so glad. Like, and I know you feel that to your core, all of those values, and you had an astronomical number. I don't know if you want to give it out, but what Thrivent gives back.
Yes. So how that works, a not-for-profit. Okay. So this is what your operating costs are, right? And Thrivent is allowed to make some money for the company, right? On top of that are your profits. And because we are a not-for-profit, the government says in order to keep that IRS designation, we have to give that away. So through action teams and different programs throughout Thrivent, all the members of the organization get to use that money. Thrivent gave back last year over $300 million back to the communities. Yeah. Oh yeah. 300 million.
Yeah.
So that means that's a lot. That's this much. 300 million is this. We made a lot more than that, which means we're very good at what we do. And it's a holistic planning. Like, that's why I said, I am meeting you where you're at. No judgment. Let's get you to where you want to go. Put a plan in place somebody who's been there, somebody who's done it, somebody knows your feeling, knows what you're going through, and let's do this together. Link arm in arm, let's do this, right? We do so many volunteer programs. We have online things now because of COVID-19 and all that. But it's a community. That's what I'm trying to build, is a community of like-minded business women who are in a divorce or are gone through, or just married, but just businesswomen, but just a woman of faith who wants to be able to trust someone with their finances, with their emotional, with their, oh, I can't do this because I got to do this with my kids, or I get it, been there. Let's do this together. Let's walk through your financial journey with somebody who's educated on this end. And if it's not me, if I don't know the answer, I will find it.
Right.
I'm just the resource. I'm the conduit. God is using me, hands and feet, to help you. Let me help you through him.
I just love that. I love that, because this whole group is women building businesses.
Yes.
And what happens when you do get to a point, going through, I know your specialty is going through, who you really resonate with is anyone in that, but
business
taxes,
owners, what kind of tax write-offs do you have? Legacy plan? Do you have, if you're going to sell your business, who are you selling it to? What kind of, I do all of that.
all of it.
Help with
I
all
know.
that.
And
the
that's
cool thing is, the cool thing is I have other representatives that I can partner with who have specialized in taxes, who have specialized in small business planning, who have specialized in legacy and all that. So again, you're getting me to go through these things with as that connected person, but you have a plethora of teammates that have been around for years and experience in that. But you have that trusted advisor that's going to say, hey, I'm going to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that is the whole key to wanting to work with you. Because yes, maybe you don't have all the answers for these business owners, and everyone has some have brick and mortars and some have, whatever, their thing is. But I love, like we connected so well. And I think you just have that. First of all, you just connect. And I'm sure if it's not a good fit, you do have other teammates that you want that person to fit with. But for you to have access to everything that someone would need is huge, because not everyone wants to find a financial advisor and a tax consultant and so it is the whole package.
It really is. They say that there are kind of three advisors, if you will. There's the wealth advisor that he's there to grow your money, right? He's not going to help you with long-term care. He's not going to help you with childcare costs or anything like that. He's there to grow your money. And if you have one of those and you love them and you've been there with, great, keep them.
Yeah.
I'm not there to replace him. I'll work with them, right? There's the insurance guy that just sells the life insurance or whatever. Well, he's not caring about your long-term care. He's not, trying to grow your business or have a plan when you get ready to sell your business, what your taxes are. He's worried about just protecting what you have. Well, then there's me, right? There's me thriving the full financial plan. We'll work with this guy. We'll work with this guy. We'll work with whoever you have, your CPA, your tax attorney, all of those people. We just kind of the quarterback. And all we are is, hey, here are some options. Here are some recommendations. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? This is your plan. This is where you want to be. Let's work backwards to find out where you want to go and how to get there, and bring these people in and use their expertise. If they do that every day, why would you get rid of them? That's not what I'm there for. I'm here to help you link arm in arm, brainstorm with each other and say, this is where I want to go. Help me get there.
Yes.
As a business owner, as a woman,
and start with the basics and get that in
Yes.
order. I just love that. I love that part, that you're not going to say, okay, let's create wealth for you. you're going to break it down and get,
See,
start with the basics with them.
some advisors see money as a goal. This guy, I just need to grow your money, grow your money, grow. That's the goal, right? We see money as a tool that God has given you to become a good steward of, to invest. I mean, you know, the 5 talents, the one first, that story, right? I'm not going to go into it here, but you know the story. One guy, the guy, he gave 1, 2, he didn't do anything. He buried it and he's like, you sloth, what are you doing? The other 2, they invested it and they made more, and they were good stewards. And
Yes.
some people just don't have the education and knowledge of what wealth is and how it grows and the rules of money, right?
And we've talked about it all belongs to God anyway.
It does. It
So
absolutely does.
it's all his. As you said, we just have to be good stewards of it.
Yeah.
And as we are, he is going to give abundantly to us even more.
Absolutely.
So that we can steward, or,
The more generous you are, the more
Yeah.
blessings that he gives.
Yes, exactly.
His rules.
So we will, let's, in the comments, we'll put your I'll put your information so that anyone can, reach out to you. But I think breaking this down, explaining how there are those different levels, and that you're the facilitator, but for everyone in this group who needs to know that you're working with someone that is a true believer, I think that's where you said
That's important.
my heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's too many out there that, that's just not their focus. So I so appreciate about you, Dawn.
Thank you so much, Miss Sherry.
Oh,
And this was wonderful. I loved it. It was
Good.
fun.
Good.
And I hope it was informative for all of you as well. Please reach out.
Yes.
I would
And please,
love to hear.
any questions, we'll be,
Yeah.
I'll be watching the comments. Any questions, please leave your questions and comments for Dawn. I think she's going to be an incredible resource for you. If, just having a conversation with her was amazing to me. It opened my eyes to so much. So, that's where things start. The relationship starts in just having a conversation. So,
in that initial conversation, there is no cost. Please don't think that I can't afford. I heard this so many times. I can't afford a financial advisor. Come talk to me. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can help. There are payment plans. There are things, and it's not expensive. It doesn't have to be. Again, my belief, my heart is I will meet you where you're at. We'll build something together.
Yeah.
And then we'll get there.
Right.
God's grace with prayer, prepare, and prayer. Right. I know you've heard the being a good leader is kiss, kick, kiss, right? Well, how about being a great leader guided by the Holy Spirit as pray, prepare, and pray?